Hello everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. And in today's video I'm going to show you how to keep the summer garden growing right on into September when the cool down finally happens. Hello and welcome to the back garden yard channel, where my wife and I transformed our backyard into a vegetable and flower garden. Follow along with us as we show how to plant, grow, and harvest our garden in all 4 seasons of the year. Now, let's get into today's topic. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at are tomatoes. Now, these are the original tomatoes that I planted back in March, and what you can see is that they have continued to grow. They are now 7 feet tall, and they are just loaded with a new crop of tomatoes. So what we want to do is we want to look at the bottom first. And on the bottom, this is the original plant where it came out, and you can see where it was mulched, and where I let all the runners come out and grow up, and now they're still up here and they're still producing. So this is the part of the plant that is still making the tomatoes, and this is what we want to take care of. Now we can go ahead and pull or trim all of these off if we want to. At this point I don't really see the need for it, but it can be done to make them look better. Here I've got a tomato just about to be ready to pick, but what we want to do is we want to go ahead and tie these up. This one here has come out, and it's gone all the way from here all the way up here, and then it went through the fence and it came back right there, and now it's here, but it needs some support. So we're going to tie it to the fence right here, and these are the tomatoes we want to harvest later on. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of this growth on different leaders. We're going to go ahead and take some of that off. And the reason we're going to do that is if they haven't started making tomatoes now, it's just too late for them to do it. So you don't want to take one of the leaders off of the end where there's tomatoes. You want to take these leaders off that have no tomatoes. And the reason you want to do that is the leader will die once you cut the tip off now. Take off the old leaves from the bottom of the plant, and then we're going to prune all the suckers that are not bearing at this point, and that way the plant can concentrate on the ones that are bearing. So let's go ahead and do this right quick. Of course, I'll go ahead and speed this part up. We don't have to get everything off of them, but it's nice to clean them up some and get some of the blighted dead leaves off the plant. Now let's get up here and take a look at what's going on with these suckers. So before I tie it, I want to take the extra suckers that aren't bearing off. We don't have to take them all, because there's still a possibility they're going to make some more, but not a good possibility. So here we go. What I'm going to do is this sucker here is going up there. It hasn't bloomed. We're just going to go ahead and take it off. We're going to take this one off. There's another one right there, right by that tomato. And then we're going to take this one off. And we are going to take this one off. And this one, since it's the top one, we don't want to take the top one off. So it'll cause the plant to go ahead and die. And that's not what we really want to do. So we're going to go ahead and take this one off. All we're trying to do is let the plant concentrate on what it's got. This one has bloomed and this one's blooming, so we're going to leave these. And then step number 2 is going to be to fertilize again. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some 10-10-10 and I'm going to sprinkle it just like I always do around the base here. Get some fresh fertilizer there. And then I'm going to pull up some dirt and cover it up and then water it. It's been a few days since it's rained. It's getting pretty dry here. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so most regular viewers of my channel know that I went and got the 10-10-10. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a small, about half as much as I have in my hand, and I'm just going to sprinkle it around this plant. The roots now are in a circle probably about 1 foot around. Used about half of it, and I'll go on over here to the next plant and put the other half on. And now I'm going to pull up some dirt and cover that up. So we'll do that right quick. Okay, and that's sufficient. Okay, now let's mulch them down. And there we go. And the next thing we want to look at is the peppers. And the peppers, as you can see, are still blooming. So as long as they're blooming and putting on new peppers, you can let these grow a little bigger. Now once they start turning red, the plant has said, I have made all the peppers I want to make, and it's going to quit making peppers. So keep your eye on these peppers. Once they quit blooming, then you're going to want to go ahead and clean pick them, and it'll stimulate them into making another crop. Now here's a jalapeno pepper plant, and it's looking a little yellow, and I think it needs to be worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the mulch back. And then we're going to fertilize it with just a little more fertilizer, and then we're going to put soil over the top and support it some more and water it and see if we can't get it to put on some more. Because as you notice, there's not a bloom on this jalapeno plant. So over here next to my zucchini plant, I've got a nice stand of weeds again. But what I came over here for originally was this zucchini plant. Now if you've got a zucchini plant, and you can probably still see I had traces of 7 powder still on the bottom, and you can see that zucchini getting ready to bloom right there. It's going to bloom tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So I want to take care of this zucchini plant, and so the next tip is to pull dirt up, and I'm going to pull dirt all the way up over this. I'm going to cut these leaves right here off, And just on this stalk, I'm going to cover it so that it can make roots that will come down into the ground under it. And I'm also going to put some 7 dust in there to hopefully slow down the caterpillars that burrow into it and kill the plant. And I've got a very healthy, nice zucchini plant here, and I'm going to try to keep it going for a while because it's producing. So the first thing is, of course, to cut off these leaves. Old stems from old flowers. And I think this is enough. Okay. All right, so now I have exposed the base of the plant. I'm gonna go ahead and take this leaf off. And this leaf off. Okay. Now we're gonna pull this mulch out. And I'm going to get the 7 powder, and I'm gonna put 7 powder all the way from here to here, and then we're going to cover it up with dirt. So once again, I'm going to fertilize with the 10-10-10. I'm not actually going to touch any of this. I'm just going to put it around here on this pile. Pretty heavy here. That's good enough. Then I'm going to powder with the 7 all the way up to here, even further than I am going to cover. And that way, if the little moth comes by, lays its little eggs, it'll hatch out and it'll get right on into the 7 powder and die, hopefully. Okay, so now we have got some more dirt around the bottom. The roots can grow a little deeper, and we got some 7 powder on it. So this zucchini plant should bear for another at least 2-3 weeks, maybe make me 4 or 5 more zucchini, which would be really nice. So let's go ahead and I'll water that in a little while. I'm not going to show the watering today, but I will water it in, but I'm going to leave it overnight, and then I'll water it in tomorrow. Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to fertilize and work all your healthy plants in your garden, and go ahead and extend that garden to the end of the fall season. Thank you for watching.